Hello and welcome back to the Premier Injuries channel. This is another quick video today. Just quickly, if you haven't seen the Matt Doherty update, please do check out that video. Ben is flexing that he is from the north, but we're going to be going across the country with all the major updates of the injuries. And just once again, if people are annoyed that we haven't covered the Matt Doherty update at length here, we do that in another video, quite a lengthy and detailed one. But yeah, so from the weekend, what are the major injury news and doubts that people need to be aware of?
Yeah, well, obviously we're headlined with the Matt Doherty. We understand that he's going to be out for the season, so please check out the video to find a little bit more about that. But the other news, and bad for particularly owners, Lucas Digne, Aston Villa, the fullback, the left back was replaced for the third consecutive time. Now, we've been fortunate in the past, hamstring in and around that international break, didn't miss too much. Last weekend, in game week 31, it was stomach cramps. They see what looks like this game week, it looks like a serious injury to his collarbone. An early suggestion is that he may also miss the remainder of the season.
And that's very sad indeed. You know, Digne, great player, and we hate to see people ruled out for extensive periods of time. Let's move it to Chelsea, though, because they've got two kind of major injury issues there. One with Lukaku, one with Azpilicueta.
Yeah, so we do know that obviously Chelsea are playing in the Champions League on Tuesday night, and the Blues flew out to Spain on Monday. Now, Thomas Tuchel has already spoken ahead of that game, and he talked about his squad updates. And within that team news update, he did confirm that Romelu Lukaku would not feature due to ongoing pain in his Achilles. Now, it doesn't seem to be too serious. It's more of a niggling problem. Now, again, there's no indication on the precise nature of that. It could be just, a little bit of overuse from the training pitches. We don't know, but it just sounds as if the way we're interpreting that, it's a pain that's being managed. And like I say, certainly won't be involved in the Champions League, but we can't rule out him for the FA Cup this weekend. Better news with regards to Cesar Azpilicueta. He was a positive COVID test that kept him out of last weekend's game. He has submitted consecutive negative lateral flow tests, and he is available. So he will be a part of that Champions League squad.
Oh, well, that's a good boost to the Blues then. Let's turn our attentions to Crystal Palace, another team that is featuring in the FA Cup, and is quite a big blow to them with potentially Tyrick Mitchell being out of the side.
Yeah, massive. I mean, it's always the case, and that we've been talking about Patrick Vieira and Crystal Palace generally about how good and how well they performed in terms of keeping their players fit and available. And of course, right on cue, Tyrick Mitchell's forced off with a calf problem. Now, Patrick Vieira, after the game, said that this was more of a precautionary withdrawal. So that, certainly we hope, fingers crossed, and he will be sent for imaging and he will be assessed further, but hopefully that does give him a good chance of being involved next weekend in the FA Cup. We certainly couldn't rule him out of that. So like I say, I think it was just maybe a precautionary measure where, they didn't want to take any chances given the gravity of that upcoming game.
Looking at their London rivals, West Ham have a couple of problems at the back with Kurt Zouma and Dawson.
Yeah, the Kurt Zouma one didn't look great. That's an ankle problem, rolled his ankle. There is some kind of strain in there. The severity of it, we don't know. Again, the defender will be sent for imaging. What David Moyes did say is that, he's not one that tends to limp off and be replaced, unnecessarily with those minor knocks and niggles. So that is a concern. Potentially, as well as we know, with Angelo Agbona out of the team. With Craig Dawson, the news was a little bit better. On the Thursday night's game in the Europa League, he actually thought he had broke his nose, took a whack to the face there. And of course, early doors on Sunday, he took another whack. That caused a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of discomfort, but carried on through the pain. He's a warrior, he's a tough centre-back. So fortunately, again, that doesn't look too serious, and I wouldn't expect any time loss from that problem.
Going further up the country, Fred, he's going to be a loss to that Manchester midfield. He's probably one of the better players in that team. He's been playing very well at the moment. How long is he going to be out for?
Yeah, we don't know precise nature of the actual injury. We heard from Ralph Ragnick after the game at the weekend, and he just said that it was a muscular problem. He suspects it's hip flexor. Again, even with a minor strain, we could be looking at a couple of weeks on the sidelines. And how many did we ever think we'd say that Fred would be a miss for Manchester United? We do know that Scott McTominay is managing an ongoing foot problem, understood maybe to be plantar fasciitis. So United, he could struggle to play in quick successive games. You've got Matic, who is, with all due respect, he's in the twilight of his career, and then you've got Paul Pogba, who he is basically wearing his flip-flops and he's on the beach at the moment. And, I don't think Ralph Rangnick really has any confidence in him. So, the impact on this United team could be huge.
Yeah, and this is already a Man United team that are already struggling. And so his loss will be, I think, more felt than a lot of people would really like to admit to. Then moving it up to your mighty team in the North, Fraser, what's the trouble with him?
Yeah, that's hamstring related issue. A little bit unfortunate. Fraser, Jemmy's been one of the Newcastle standout performers, certainly since Eddie Howe arrived. He's had a checkered injury history, but in recent times he's been getting himself out there. Maybe not 100%, suffered with a lot of cramp, but in this instance he was forced off against Wolves. The worry is, at this late stage of the season, anything worse than a sort of grade 1 tear, again, we're maybe looking out, potentially out for at least the rest of the month. But we'll wait and see what imaging confirms. And that, fortunately, we got the 3 points against Wolves. We have another couple of home games coming up. And I can see us getting another 3 points and, may not be mathematically, guaranteed of our top flight status, but we're certainly not far off that.
And I guess the final question, we always seem to mention him at the moment. It's Tomiyasu. I mean, can you give any positivity to Arsenal after another embarrassing defeat to Brighton this weekend?
Look, the road to recovery is never smooth. It's often it's never straight. There's twists and turns, and there's things that crop up along the way. Ideally, what they hope is that Tomiyasu's been managed very, very carefully. They're expecting him to rejoin the squad and train fully after the Southampton game. In theory, that puts him in contention after that. But, given the problems that he's had with both his left and his right calf muscle, they won't want to be taking any chances, too many risks. So, that's about as confident as I can be at this moment in time. We will see how he responds, and hopefully he reacts positively to that step up and being integrated with the squad. But until he actually does that, we won't know for 100%.
Oh, my Lord. Not positive at all then. I mean, Arsenal's problems set to continue.
Look, he's approaching full fitness, and he's been moved along, and he will be integrated with the first team. So like I say, fingers crossed he comes through that without any problems, with any setbacks, and he will be in contention alongside, competing with maybe Cedric Soares for that right back spot.
Well, that is an upsetting end to the injury news there, but I hope everybody has found that useful. Please do hit the subscribe button. Please do comment below. And just one more time, Ben flexing that he is playing in the North versus South. What's it for again, Ben?
It is for Street Child United, the charity game. It's game week 39 down at Birmingham. You will find updates and links all over my Twitter feed. And yeah, look, we'll be ramping up our engagement and pushing that over the next few weeks or so. So really look forward to it.
Well, we'll all be looking forward to Game Week 39, and maybe you'll have to deliver some injury news for people competing in that as well. But for now, everybody, once again, do hit that subscribe button, and we will be back very soon with the most important injury news in and around the Premier League.